Now with the across, I'm going to have to cut them. Let's see. Okay, measured it. Should have kept them a little shorter. That is too long. Alright, no sweat. We'll just cut it. Now that is a small piece left right at the end. I'm just going to scoop these over a little bit. And those pieces I cut so they don't go to waste. Make sure you overlap them so it'll feel like it's just one slice. And there you go. You add your other layer. Another layer of cheese. Now this is the tricky part, putting it on this layer and going back and forth with so many of those little lasagna slices. You can also do this with the Barilla no-bake lasagna pasta. I use those also. They're just, in my new neighborhood, they're a little harder to find than certain things I'm used to cooking with. So it's a little harder. Now this is the layer where I add my mozzarella cheese. You know what? You're gonna say some easy open. I'm having a hard time. That's not easy. Now I'm gonna have to get ghetto with it and just cut it. Because they don't have all day for me to be fitting them around this paper. There we go. Alright. Now to move all my cutting boards and I don't have enough room to put another one on the table. This is what we do. We use a plate or a saucer. This can go back in the refrigerator. I'm actually done with this. These was the little bitty balls, already pre-cut little balls. But my daughter decides to smash them up. Oh, it's coming apart. Okay, she lucky. I thought I was going to have to cut it. Add a little, add some shredded. And you can add as much or as little cheese as you want. And you can add Kobe, you can add cheddar. It's all at your discretion. Since you're cooking it and you have to eat it, make it like you like it. Then I add my meat. Now I don't purposely put a lot of the juice on there, so I try to drain it off by tilting the spoon forward. Now you notice as we go higher with the layers, the wider the top of the casserole dish gets. So it's going to look like it's got more going on at the top than at the bottom. That's because it's made coming upward at an angle. Then add your sauce. Now we're down to the last of the sauce that was left over. I like to add a little water to my jar. Just go ahead and use the last little bit that was stuck at the bottom. Done. So now I have stuff left over. I buy 2 different sizes of the tomato sauce, of spaghetti sauce. So I got the big can and the small can. So with that little bit that was left with this small jar, I should be able to go ahead and get finished. That smells so good. I need a... Nope, can't find it. Ooh, I am going to need a spoon for that if it's going to come out like that. Yeah. Now if it's really loose like that one was, use a spoon. Because you do not want to put a lot of sauce in one spot. Then we add our next layer, going the long way. Now if you want, this could be your last layer, if you want. And you just take the remainder of everything and just put it in here. So yummy. Okay, now I do save a little of the ricotta cheese for the very last, and I put dollops of it on top. I love this mozzarella cheese. It's nice, it's soft, and has a really great texture and taste. It's real good with smoked salmon also. For those who want to try something different with the cheese, smoked salmon is the best with this cheese right here. Okay. Then we add some shredded. Now this is going to cook for about 35 to 45 minutes. I'm going to put foil on it. And then halfway through, I take the foil off. And the meat. This is our last layer. And there we go. That's the last layer of the lasagna. And then we're gonna add the last of the cheese. We're gonna drizzle the sauce. We don't have any, probably won't have any leftovers in this jar after we're done, so we don't have to worry about trying to figure out what to cook with it within the next week or two before it goes bad. Now I'm using this, putting it like this as a one layer, as like a coating, because I'm going to put another layer of cheese right on top. You don't want to get those two layers of cheese mixed up, because it won't look like a layer. It'll just look like a ball of cheese. So this helps it. Yeah, and there we go. Okay. Just add the last of the cheese, and then by the time we're finished, the oven is up to temperature. Now my trick to cooking lasagna with foil on it is to always spray the foil. That way when you go to take it off in the middle of the baking, the cheese does not stick to the foil. Add the last of this melted cheese. Just dump it right on top. Now you can save this shredded cheese. You can put it on your individual slices also. You don't have to just dump it on the top. I like doing it because it saves, I want cheese and I want cheese, and everybody want their own sprinkle of cheese. So this saves me time. If we don't have any cheese left, I don't have to do sprinkling. And just a dollop of the ricotta. Now obviously with the more layers you have, the longer it takes to cook. So the bigger it is, the longer it's cooking. The reason why you don't want to spread this out with the spatula is because it'll move the sauce and the meat and all the other cheeses around. Don't put it too close to the edge because you don't want it to bubble over. This is hard to clean out of an oven if you get it wasted. Like two cans of oven cleaner to get it completely out. Especially with the egg being in it. Now the reason I use these spatulas all the time, because it gets almost everything out of the bowl. So there's no leftover cheese in the bowl. Alright. Let's see. Do I have more spray? Which one is this? That is for grilling. Here we go. Now I'm going to spray the top of it instead of spraying the foil. Since it's, I don't even know where I set the foil. Where did I set the foil at? Over there. Now we're not going to do the garlic bread right away because it doesn't take as long to cook as the lasagna. So when you go to take the foil off, try to tint it. Like, try not to press it down on there. Like, try to leave it a little open, a little lifted up so the cheese actually do not stick to it at all. So we're going to try to tint it. We don't want to just press it in. So it's tinted. We're going to let it cook.